Now, across social media, I've been coming across this movie that everybody has been clowning on. I don't think I've ever seen any piece of media be shitted on the same way I have with this one since High Guardian Spice. Y'all remember High Guardian Spice, that Crunchyroll original anime that everybody clowned on? Yeah, that's old ball knowledge actually. Let me know if you guys even remember that. But yeah, it's time that I introduce you guys to Lesbian Space Princess. Now, I don't know what this movie really is about. I think what the concept is like this alien space princess is supposed to save her ex from what I understood from it. And yeah, like especially on TikTok, I've been seeing clips of this show, and basically they're saying that every fan base is coming together just to basically trash on this movie.
Osira, I got a crush on you. Osira, I got a crush, it's real. And it's on you. My crush is on you.
This is a movie that released a couple months ago actually, so I'm honestly surprised that this is now like getting surface. This is now blowing up. I don't know why it takes so long to do that, but hey, the algorithm can do some miracles, you know what I'm saying? We have people like we have fan bases from Has-Been Hotel shaking hands with people from Dragon Ball Z saying that this might be the worst show of all time. And you know, if you have like a project that you've made and basically everybody from every fan base is saying this is worse than Has-Been Hotel, Hell of a Boss, and The Amazing Digital Circus, then I'm not gonna lie, that might have to be the most impressive thing that you could ever do possibly. So we're gonna take a look at this trailer and we're gonna see how bad it is from the get-go. All right, now usually I don't like to judge books by their covers, so we're just gonna get just a little sneak peek, a little insight into this trailer. Now, I do have to make this clear, here in All Star we have no room for hate towards people of the LGBTQ community. Now, it is natural to make some undertone jokes here and there. If I found out my homeboy got himself a Costco hot dog, I'm bound to make a Long John joke here and there. But it's all lighthearted. But over here at All Star, we don't tolerate discriminatory actions. We don't like hate speech, no slurs, no homophobic slurs. We don't allow all that. All right. You make your jokes like how everybody else, but we don't allow all that hate. Okay, we just gonna make jokes like everybody else. Well, with that being said, let's get right into the show. Now, I just want to start off and say that this is one of the craziest ratios I've ever seen in quite some time. Oh, look at this guy, Whitebeard Gaming even said everybody hates this movie. I genuinely want to know, how crazy is this movie that everybody's been hating on it? How cringe is it? But as you can see, 7.4k likes compared to 35,000 dislikes, and the comments are turned off. That is not a good sign, but let's just get started.
Kiki, I didn't exactly have girls knocking down my door before you did. You are my everything.
You don't.
Fuck.
Now, as an artist myself, I really don't like to bash on other artists unless there's some kind of unless there's genuine criticism that needs to be given, or if I can tell that an art is clearly made out of spite, or it's just something that has to be addressed. Like recently on Twitter, there's been this art of Hatsune Miku going around. It's supposed to be of a Black American Hatsune Miku. Now, I do believe in, every Miku is a canon Miku kind of jazz, but I've been seeing a lot of artists just going around just to make a lot of Black iterations of female characters really big in size, and it's at that point I feel like you're doing this out of a caricature. I feel like people do things to be inclusive, not knowing that they're really just perpetuating stereotypes. Essentially, that's like problems that I have. I feel like that's something that needs to be addressed. But here in this art style, I don't know, it already kind of looks off to me. I try not to judge books by their covers, but if I was to actually give this movie a try, I think the art style will probably be a little bit hard for me to look at. Here, I don't mind a couple shows doing different colored lines, outlines and all that stuff, obviously from typical Black. As you can see in this movie, it's blue, that's the case, but I feel like it really depends on the scene and the aesthetic that you're going with. I feel like the blue outlines just doesn't mix with the actual art style, you know what I'm saying, in this case, and it looks pretty off. Like I'm seeing big blue eyebrows, big blue pupils. I don't know, it's really kind of throwing off my mood, you know what I'm saying?
Still dating a space princess would be more fun.
Where am I?
We're the straight, white malians.
Okay, bro. Alright, so as you can see, clearly this movie is clearly also trying to perpetuate some kind of hate. Now, I don't want to try and sound like a bootlick or anything. I definitely don't want to do that. But if you're gonna make something and definitely throw like obvious hate towards a group of other people, you're just setting up your movie or your show or anything for that fact up for failure. I feel like that's something that you just don't do. Obviously, I can understand if you're trying to do like a parody of something. Like maybe that's just what they're trying to do here, like a parody. Like for example, let's bring up The Boys. Obviously, the whole shit with like Homelander and everything like that, that's basically like a parody of Donald Trump and, you know, right-wing males and stuff like that. I can definitely see it. But here it's just so painfully obvious. But the difference here with Alien Space Princess and the Boys is obviously you're just getting a political side. Here you're just bashing an entire group of people. The straight white malians, obviously they're trying to throw shit at straight white males. And it just feels like nitpicky. Like, are you really... I feel like just saying straight white males, I feel like you're just finding a way to pick on someone easily. And obviously with white people you can do that because many people do find white people to be the oppressors. Now, I still feel like you shouldn't be doing that because are you willing to throw the balls at other men of different ethnicities? Because let's be real, there's a lot of guys that share these same ideologies as these straight white men, you could say, right? But you know damn well that it's gonna be a bad look on you if you're gonna call out a black man. It's gonna be a bad look on you if you're gonna call out an Asian man. You're gonna look bad if you call out people of maybe different religions. People like to poke fun at Christians, but let's be real, the second that somebody pokes fun at, let's say, a Muslim, now it's a problem all of a sudden. Now you're just throwing hate, and you're just trying to throw hate at the easiest person to pick on. That's not right. I really feel like you shouldn't be doing that. We're all human. Like, I understand everybody has their differences, but if you don't want hate, then yeah, you should treat others how you want to be treated. Because when you throw shade at a group of people like that, okay, now why are you having a problem with that same group of people throw shade at you? You're trying to fight fire with fire, and it's really not going to be working in your case. You shouldn't just be calling out hate on any group on any kind of level. Once again, you can make parodies, but I really feel like parodies are stronger when it's thrown at something like, for example, The Boys with its politics, because let's be real, anybody of any background, ethnicity, religion can have those same ideologies that Homelander, or let's just say Trump, can have. It's not exclusive. Yeah, sure, it's mostly white people, but really anybody is capable of having the same ideals as Trump. So just doing what you're doing here just doesn't work in your case, and you're just making it easier to be a target. You don't want that. You really don't.
Come on! Kill the lesbian!
Sarah, you gotta help me.
Kiki! I can't just abandon her. I've got to save Kiki.
An intergalactic space quest to save your ex? Oh, wow.
Oh god, this is pathetic.
If she loves you so much, what is taking her so long?
I have a huge crush on you.
Get up, you little sweaty bitch.
Now, I don't know. Well, first of all, what is this song? I Break for Boobs? I don't know. I already feel like this movie is gonna have some pretty crass humor. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably gonna be some shit that I just will not find funny. The music, it doesn't really pump me up. Once again, I'm obviously not the core audience, but if everybody, like, of all fandoms, I mean, if you're telling me that Has Been Hotel fans is freaking trashing on this, I gotta see what this is about. I think I have to see. I think everybody is entitled to seeing what this is about. If this is being the most hated movie in like quite a while I've seen. I'm telling you, I can't remember the last time I've seen everybody collectively shit on one movie. This is insane, especially after so long. This trailer was a year ago and the movie already released months ago, so it's just like, why are we now getting this? So I don't know. I bet the humor in here is gonna be really freaking cringe. But once again, my judgment is only gonna be made from this trailer. The music is kind of goofy. I wouldn't say there's too much going on, but I still feel like, you know, there's nothing in here that could be a little enticing, other than the concept of, you know, alien space lesbian chicks. Honestly, that in itself is a concept that I'm interested. See, I'm not against protagonists that just so happen to be gay. I am not against that at all. I mean, just the concept of, you know, alien space princesses is already gonna get me. You're already gonna pique my interest, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? I like wacky concepts and such as that. All that really matters is the execution, and so far the execution is looking pretty poor. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god. Oh.
Lesbian space princess.
We gotta be but not too confident. We gotta be beautiful.
Oh, not too
But not too beautiful. Gotta have nice shoes. You gotta everything you do. I gotta do backwards in flat shoes.
On September 11th, wow, that's just okay. Well, just by hearing the accents of all of the characters, clearly this movie came out and it was made in a different country. So maybe this is obviously 9/11 is not as a prominent event outside of America. So I'm gonna like just put the kibosh on that. Obviously, not everybody has the same mindset that Americans have. So clearly, I'm just gonna take it from that standpoint. One thing that I really don't understand with a lot of, not just exclusive to this movie, but with a lot of media, animated media today, is supposed to be these mature shows, but with very child-friendly art styles. I don't know what it is. That throws me off the wrong way. Like, obviously, I like having color. I like seeing, I like seeing some colors and stuff like that. But I can just tell what can be made for adults and just what looks like it's for children. Honestly, if you remove all that cussing and any kind of sexual jokes or anything, this can generally just look like a kids show. And I don't know. I just don't like how we have these very kid-friendly art styles in these rated M like shows and movies. It really throws me off the wrong way. So yeah, it's clearly bad looks for a lesbian space princess. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Obviously, once again, like I've said, I am clearly not the base audience, but I just have to question, do lesbians even find this enjoyable? You know, if there's any ladies that are lesbians in the chat, let me know if you guys find this movie interesting. If you watched it, let me know if you think this is peak. I highly doubt it is peak. Let me know if you think it's generally decent. But you know what? I'll tell you guys what. If this video can get to 1,000 is too generous. If this video gets to 2,000 views, bro, you know what? I'll do a reaction to this movie and I'll give you guys my thoughts. I'll write a video essay, if anything, if it means I can get 2,000 views on this video. Okay, let's get hungry. All right, let's get really hungry. I will sit down and I will take notes as I watch this movie. I don't know how long it is, but if we get 2,000 views, I'll promise you I will sit down and I'll write everything I think about this video, and then we'll even see what we can improve about it. Anyway, that's all I really got to say. Y'all have yourselves a damn good one.